Last night we were out, we were getting dinner, and we decided to stop in this thrift store. Then I saw this tree. So excited. I feel like the perspective is weird. I am tall, but this tree is 7.5 feet tall. It's so if the perspective is weird, this is a regular sized tree. The perspective gets a little weird when I stand closer to the camera. All the other trees I've seen thrifting this year have all just been regular old green trees. You don't see flocked trees very often. A month or so ago when I originally was thinking like, I would really love for us to have a tree. Like we've been married for 12 years. We've lived in this house for 10 years and we don't have a tree. And so I had started by just sort of like looking around at what the actual stores had. Like if I was actually going to invest in a brand new tree, what would I get? And it was always a flocked tree just like this. Wasn't ready to invest in a brand new tree because we would easily spend to get like this size in a brand new tree pre-lit, spend like at least 300, like maybe 200 if I'm lucky. I just felt like this year was not the year. That's why I started to look at like maybe thrifting a tree. Saw some trees and I kept sort of like waiting and I don't know what it was. And then this week when I went back to try to find one, the stores were mostly all like empty of the trees. Even the stores that had like 10, 20 trees like a week ago had like none. Come here. Sorry, Dutch was tip-tapping around, so she's gonna be with us because otherwise you'll just constantly hear her little nails on the floor. Back to our story. The store that I ended up getting this tree at had a couple like nice-ish ones. There was one that I liked that had like a variety of greenery, but it literally said on it that like the lights didn't work, they were broken, which is not a big deal. I'm not like dead set. We have lights anyway. It's fine, but at the same time, like to me, $100 for a tree that's at a thrift store that the lights don't work is not my dream tree. It just felt like that for that specific one, I wasn't willing to spend $100. So anyway, last night we decided to stop in and I wanted to see if I could talk them down a little bit. And as soon as I walked in, I saw this one and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I literally, all the thrift stores that I've hit this year, all of the trees at thrift stores I've seen, I have not seen one single flocked tree. Not one. I knew this is what I want as soon as I saw it. So this one was also 100 and also had on the tag that most of the lights don't work, like the top and the bottom lights don't work. It was listed for 100 but to me, I was like, okay, but this is worth 100 to me. You can see it's almost like basically the perfect size for our living room. Now, originally when we bought it, we were already talking about like, we'll just strip the old lights off of it. We already have a set of lights from the one year we had a live tree. So we already have lights and we were like, okay, we'll just strip these off. We'll put on our lights, not a big deal. Of course, you never know with thrift stores. So I'm always like, well, we'll just plug it in. We'll see. Sure enough, it is like the top and the bottom lights don't turn on right now. However, my husband, he basically rewires things all day for a living. Like that's his whole thing. Once we plugged it in, the ones that do work are like my perfect lights. They're soft white. They're not super bright. They're like very cozy feeling. I was sort of like, well, I mean, if we can fix them. He took a look at it. He feels very confident that we can fix the ones that are broken. And I say we, as if I'm gonna do it. He's gonna do it because obviously you don't want me touching anything electrical. Obviously I have resisted fluffing it, decorating it, doing anything until he fixes the lights. But once those are fixed, I am so excited. Also, I'm sure you can see in camera that we have some weirdness going on the walls back here. And this is kind of why I originally was like constantly talking myself out of buying a Christmas tree. So this wall, when we bought the house, the termite damage was so bad that it was literally crumbling. Had to literally replace and rebuild that entire wall. That's still drywall. I still need to finish that half of the room. There's also like some cracks in the ceiling. This room still needs to be renovated. And that's why I was originally talking myself out of decorating in this room at all, like even the mantle, because like there's cracks behind the mantle. Like this whole room still needs to be renovated. But like, to be honest, we've lived here for 10 years and I am just so ready to actually enjoy our house, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not done. Maybe it does look a little crazy to have a Christmas tree in this room that is half done. But to be honest, it brings me so much joy. And I already know that I'm not going to get a chance to work on this wall until after the holidays. So, like, why not? Why not? The lights are up. As you can see, he actually was able to fix all of them. And it makes me so happy because these truly are, like I mentioned before, these are like my dream lights. They're nice and they're cozy and they're not too bright. I feel like this year, especially, super bright Christmas trees, like the mega super million lights and they're super bright white. Those are really popular this year, which is cool. If that's your thing, I am glad that like you can enjoy that no matter what. I think I'm always going to be a cozy white, warm white girl. So very happy with these. Also, I just wanted to jump in and say happy Vlogmas. I'm sure you saw at the beginning of this video, this is going to be my first Vlogmas vlog. And I'm really excited because I didn't get a chance to do it last year, even though I was on YouTube. I did want to set myself up for success and not expect too much out of myself. So my plan for Vlogmas this year is to share a vlog video every other day. And then every other day, those days I'm not sharing a full vlog, is to share a mini vlog in the shorts. I think it'll push me out of my comfort zone, which is exactly what I'm excited about, but I don't think I'm setting myself up for too much failure. I mean, if I miss 1 or 2 days here, I'm totally fine with that. That's okay. So I'm really excited that this video gets to kind of kick off Vlogmas, and I hope we have a whole lot of fun this December. Anyway, back to the fun. Today we're gonna fluff this tree up and actually like fill him in. He's just straight out of the box right now. So we're gonna fluff him up, add some ornaments. We don't have a ton of ornaments since we've never had our own artificial tree before. We've only had a live tree once. So we don't have a ton, but we do have some, and I've thrifted a few recently that I'm excited about. It's so funny though, getting ready to fluff this tree, because I worked as a photo stylist for years for a home and garden brand. So I worked in their photo studios, prepping all the photos for the website. And something that every single year I had to do was I would fluff between 20 and 40 trees. Probably, and usually in like July. So this is my first time actually fluffing my own tree, which feels a little special and I'm excited about. Before we get started on fluffing, I think we need to put something fun on the TV. During the holiday season, I love rewatching The Office Christmas episodes specifically. I'll rewatch them over and over and over again. There's something about The Office Christmas episodes that really speak to me. I think it's the chaos of them all. So I think we're gonna put one of those on and get started fluffing.
Well, I hope it was worth it, because I'm gonna take it apart in about 5 minutes.
I think it'll take a little bit longer than that.
Really? If I can skin a mule deer in less than 10 minutes, I ought to be able to cut my... Michael!
Time to decorate. I am a big inspiration person. I feel like I never quite get started on a styling project until I have some inspiration, and I've been saving a few. And one of my biggest Christmas tree inspirations right now is Margot Roth. She does the cutest Christmas trees. She always has a couple that she's working on, but like, look at that. That is so cute. And I saw this a few weeks ago and I had saved it. I was in Target last week or the week before and I saw that they had tinsel, so I grabbed it. So I have never used tinsel on a tree before. I feel like it's been out of fashion most of my life to use tinsel. At least, you know, growing up, I don't remember ever having tinsel. I feel like it's such like a vintage, but also really like just fun look. We're gonna give it a try. I honestly don't know if I'm like how it'll turn out, but we'll give that a try. I also have, if you saw, oh no, they're falling out. But if you saw one of my recent thrifting videos, I got this pack of, they're kind of hard to see because they're clear, but icicle, like glass vintage icicle ornaments. So we're gonna put those on, but I feel like we need to put some pretty ribbon instead of just the little hangers. And then these are the metal snowflakes. I got these years ago. I used to work for Free People and they had these, they always had really pretty ornaments, never like a huge selection, but always just a couple in the store that I worked at. And I loved these and they went on sale after the holidays. And so of course I grabbed all the ones that were left that year. So there's a few different like styles. They're all metal, but like there are a couple different styles. So love those. And then the other day, me and my friend stopped at an estate sale and there wasn't a whole lot, but there was these really pretty vintage ornaments. And there's like, I think 3 or 4, I can't remember. This one has like little birds on it. Really pretty and such a great vintage feel. So that's basically everything I have. And then I have a ton of different vintage ribbons, so we can tie little bows and stuff like that. So I think we'll start with the tinsel and then we'll sort of sprinkle on the other stuff and see how it comes out. Wrapping up, I got all the ornaments that I have and then I added a few bows that I just sort of tied on here. I actually really love this color too. It's really pretty. And I just did a bow at the top there, but yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. I love these vintage ornaments. I would still love to find some more vintage ornaments to add here, but I have the little icicles. I have these guys that each one is a little bit different. Look at the swans, isn't that so pretty? And then I have just my little metal stars sprinkled throughout. And I wasn't sure at first when I was putting on the tinsel how I felt about it. I wasn't sure at first, but each time I walk back into the room after I walk out of the room, I'm like, ooh, it's really hitting me. So yeah, I'm really happy, but I'm sure we're gonna be keeping our eyes out for some more vintage ornaments to add to our little tree. And just a reminder that I will be back tomorrow with a YouTube Shorts vlog, and then the day after that I will be back with another vlog, so there will be lots coming up. So if you haven't already and you want to subscribe, that'd be so great, and we could become friends. And just tell me what you're doing for Christmas, because I want to hear all the things. Anyway, hope you're having a great day.